I get the chat on the side and we're good to go. Can you reset, please? And we're good to go. So today we will be looking at skill proficiency and how we can add this to the game. So let's also add a little bit of music on the background. Something simple as usual, because I don't know many musics to add there without getting copyright striked. So let's do a little round of Discord to notify people it is started. And so yeah, in there they probably know. And godot coffee, just in case. A little scroll, and there we go. So skill proficiency. It is quite a wide topic. Where is it? It's there. So I started with this small drawing because it's a simple one. It kind of summarizes what we are looking for in the skill proficiency area. So what we want is somewhere to store the levels, and those levels will have impact on the game. Various bonuses, which will, yeah, that really depends on the type of game you are making. And we have Fluffy being very ape-ish as usual, so hi, nice to see you there. And I hope you didn't have too much trouble implementing your save system if you did, or if you only watched the theory. So the main thing with skill levels is that there are two main ways to deal with skill levels and skill XP. So I'm gonna talk about no, not like this, maybe number one way, or not really, but to deal with levels and XP. How are you doing? Well, pretty fine. Still a little bit tired, but I'm dealing with it. And you're postponing it. Well, as long as you can get objects within a data resource, it's gonna be decent. And there's always the option to not touch the way the game is and have a serializing when you save. But yeah. And you're trying animation, so yeah. Animation, that's a big part. So I don't know much about it, except for twins. So I can't really help you there, because that's something I'm not very knowledgeable about. So the first way to deal with levels in XP is to have a single never-ending XP. Is that how you say it? Okay, I'm already doubting my English. So let's see that. Yeah, that's it. So you have a single never-ending XP gauge. Is that how you say it? George? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Jokes aside, I got all crammed in big data resources already. Oh yeah, so So yeah, if you did that already, then it's very easy. It's just that sometimes you're so head down in the prototyping that you go all over the place and then boom, refactoring. And that's a big boom. So when we have this single progress bar of experience, you pretty much need to, well, you calculate the level based on a mathematical function, sort of. So that's a common way to deal with that. And another way to deal with that is the way to deal, well, the second way is to basically have fixed or mm, listed amount of experience required to level up, and then here we check whether we have reached a new level each time. Well, I don't really know how to put that, but we check if we have enough experience for that specific level. That's the main difference. So I'm not sure if that's very clear right now what the difference is. But in the second option, the second way to do that, it can help to have smaller numbers sometimes because you don't have to add all the experience of the previous levels to get the last ones. Single experience bargaining, really? I don't know. The thing well, you don't have to manually type each level requirement, that's for sure. And I guess it's easier, but you kind of have to figure out those experience methods, sort of. Like, I had a good one in the Poke Clicker series, which was the Pokemon experience. Why am I launching this? Where's my godot? It's here. So in there, I had a good experience converter into levels. So, okay, let's try to find this, even though I can't remember what we have. Update level. Yep, that's it, I guess. So that's actually a quick one. I'm gonna put that on the side, like in there. So it's gonna be, well, not really. I'm gonna create a new node for that. Yes. Notepad, really, that's what it's gonna be. So we have 1, 2, 3. Do we have GD script in there? Yeah, that will be the surprise. This will go in there. So we don't have GD script, so let's get that in. Nope. Browse. GD script. Okay, it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. It's easier to modify, which you may want to do down the road too. But the other way offers more flexibility for when you just need a few 5, 10-ish levels. Yeah. Well, the thing is that if you really think about it, you can technically generate those experience tables with the function, sort of. So you would have this method to calculate levels, but it would generate the entire array. And yeah, it, I don't know. I haven't used them both enough to actually know which one's better. So we don't need you anymore. And we will grab our actual project there, which still doesn't have an icon. That's kind of sad. So sad that it's compelling me to choose one. But which one? Oh, the purse could be good. Wow, the mushroom is so bad. What's up with you? Oh, it must be the size. It must be like 32 pixel. Okay. So let's see what we have in there. Yeah, we technically could have 3 skills. We technically could. So because we will have several skills, we could go with the route where we create a node for each skill. Or we could actually try to start making it a plural skill system right off the bat by using a dictionary or a list. And we have Dorian, which joins us, yes. And yeah, there I see you. Right. Oh, and by the way, I think we do have some new emotes in there. Well, at the moment, only me can use those, but we do have some emotes. I can. Yeah, that's just icons that I brought. So yeah, anyway. I think it's cool to just start with one at the moment, and we will see how we can implement more of those later on. So we will start by creating a skill manager. Okay, let's do that. Singleton skill manager. I should register a template for my singletons. Banana, yes, that's an icon that you don't need me for. You actually technically have the monkey slash ape emoticon, I guess. That would make sense. Update the current task. Oh, it's still there. It's actually not that sexy, but yeah. So, current task, what it's gonna be? It's gonna be create a skill for trading buffs. We're gonna have this. Wow, I could forget about this and record an entire episode with that, and and then realize later on that it's on the footage. That would be sad. Okay, so manager skill. Here we're gonna create a trading level and var, which is going to be trading XP. So technically, if we do have a single XP variable, we don't need to store the level in the data because it is calculated. Do we want to do this? Well, the thing I not that I dislike, but that I anticipate it is that when you have a single variable of experience, every time you gain one point, you have to calculate whether you have a new level or not, which can be a lot of calculation. Meanwhile, when you have dedicated experience requirements per level, you technically don't need to calculate whether or not you passed the level, because all you have to do is reach the goal. I have to do my own skill system. I have a rough idea of how to do it, but I really want to see how you do it before going for it. So the thing is that what we are doing right now is experimenting. Because there's no video about it, because I'm not sure exactly which route I want to go with. This is pretty much why we have those two guys in there, because they both have their thing. So maybe I will explain the second one, because the first one is actually very easy when you think about it, and easy is subjective, but the first one you just have to calculate the level, while the second one you have to deal with more variables, sort of. So here, let's see what we have. We have training level, training experience. Okay, and we're gonna go with a trading level, not really, but trading requirements. And this is gonna be an array of integer. So what we have in there is how much experience do you need per level. So I don't know, let's go with something very simple. 10. Wow, I actually probably should use a function for this. I'm so gonna copy the Pokemon XP chart, because I don't want to think about doing requirement right now. So I actually want a chart, if that makes sense. But I don't have the numbers here. Or I could be using the function to define how much experience we need. Let me think. I remember there's a website you can go toward to. Well, what did I? There's a website you can go to play with mathematical functions. Is it this one? No. Ah. Visualizer. Well, I could go on. I could well, that's something like this, yeah. So, can I create points? Nope. Yes, I actually want to create points. So x, all right. So 1, and here 10. Okay. Can I see that point? Oh, because it's a little bit high. Yes, I can see it. And then I want something like, I want to create points visually. Let's do that. So here, I don't know, 25. Yeah, and probably the expression is going to be easier. So experience needed is going to be level. Can I put X? Yes. And if I go with this, but I want a third one, like X. Okay. That's the experience needed? No. Yes, actually, it is. But then I want this to be not a square root, but a third. Like, how can I define this? Well, okay. It's gonna be X. Oh, it's 1/3. Like this. But it's actually not what I want because it's not showing much experience point here. I thought of just having a single float as the XP variable and a get level int function which calculates the level on the fly. Yes, that's the first method, which is it works very easily. It is very easy to implement. But it's not necessarily very handy. For example, when you want to display the progression toward the next level, then it can get trickier. It can get trickier because how do you show the actual progression? How do you show the actual progression and how do you show the numbers? Like, you can, it's not bugged or anything, but it's just that you don't have those variables already here, just to say that. Okay, so let's actually do this way. We're gonna go with function ready, and we will create a method that will generate a few levels. So for I integer in range of, we will create 25 levels. And what we want to do is trading requirements dot append I multiplied by twice by 3. We'll do this. You probably want to use the inverse get level function for that with this model. Yeah, if you can have the math going one way, you can always have it go the other way. It's like, there's no limitation to this. So by default, we maybe want to start at level 1. And level 1 here would be one experience, I believe. Because if I take this, I go ready, and I print like this trading requirements dot toString, can we do that? No, that doesn't work. If I just print the array, are you fine with that? Yes. So first is Yes, there's 0. Okay, so there's 0. So we probably want to go from 1 to 25. Does that work? Or we could just notify +1. Well, 1 to 25 would be interesting. Try to do that. Yes, that works. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're missing 1. That's sad. So we'll have to do that. Well, nope. Yeah, so we do have the requirements here. So then, yeah, we would start with 1 and 1. But yeah, it's not really a requirement here. Those are just the milestones. So, for example, here to get from level 1 to level 2, we don't need 8, we need 7. And then we need 19. Because we technically already have the first one and the 8 first one. It kind of works. Or what we could do then, if that makes sense, is that in the calculation here, we do append this, but we remove the last element. So that would be trading requirement dot. Can I get the last one? Is that the last one? Returns the last element of the array. Or anyway, you could go with -1, yeah. So we could do that. So here we should have something quite different. Yeah, it doesn't really like this. Oh, okay, because of the first one. That makes sense. So we're gonna go with if the trading requirement, well, if I is superior to 1, we're gonna go with. Or, no, that would be weird. Like, wait a second, I see the chat drawing, but so we could go with that. And then that's so weird what I'm doing. So we would have -1 to be reduced by trading requirement -2. That's so weird. But we never know. Weird stuff can work. Well, it actually does. So, yeah. And No Vision is joining in with a lot of pinky hands waving. So I'm gonna wave too. We need the sum of the previous ones here. Alternatively, you can remove. Yes. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. That's actually probably better than my thing. But the problem is the first line. So what if, instead of having this check constantly here, which works, it's too bad to get rid of it, we would have this trading requirement that append 1, and then we run it from 2 to 26, and there we remove I minus 1, if that makes sense. It's probably better now. And we should go to 8,000 at the end. Okay, that didn't work. It's not as good. So this part was fine, but there we just can do what I did. So, but still, I'm not so sure I understand the mathematical reason why you have different things in there. I didn't come up with the idea of I minus 1 in the first place. This line would be correct too. You start with I equal 1, so our line would be... Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know why it's different though. Like, why is it... Here we have 8,000. We do have 7, as I wanted. We remove I minus 1. We remove all this, just to make sure that we do properly encapsulate this. And we don't need that. And we can try with 1, as you say, is this correct? Because it will work with 0. 1, 7. Okay, that's weird. Okay, that's... But the beginning is right. It's just right there. The end is odd. Hmm. We remove. I guess it doesn't work this way. That's too bad. I will keep it that way. And technically what we can do now, if we really want that, we can just grab this and do that. That's kind of... Right, it's too bad because we're breaking, but... What do we have? Yeah, we can do that. Give me the full view. Actually, you are the big one. Arg. Okay, so I guess we will stick with that. And now I don't need you anymore. So, we'll have the trading requirements. So, yeah. Let's update the data object. So, data. Again, creating a new one. So, script. Data skills. In there, we would have the two variables. So trading. We could use dictionaries, really. We could try that. There would be... The problem with dictionaries is that we do lose the auto-completion. So that's kind of sad. So by default, it's going to be level 1. And the experience is going to be 0. So we have this. Does it have an S? Looks like it doesn't. Data skill, new. Maybe I should bring back this views. Yes. So data skill, we do have a new data skill. It's great. The trading level, trading XP, we don't need those two guys anymore. I'm not even in the right. What am I doing? Poor guy. But this, though, the trading requirements. So this can stay here. I guess I don't mind. So first, function ready. Well, we don't have much to check in there. But we'll have get trading level. We could go slightly differently. We could anticipate having more skills by creating an enum right away. There would be skills, and here we would have trading, lumbering, planking. What would it be? That would be plank craft, which leaves me enough time to find the name later. So what we want to do here is get just a skill, actually. And how do we return the right thing? We could have a match skill and the values then. So skills dot trading. And here we return, okay, we need to get our data object here. So unready, we'll have the variable skills. That makes sense. Or data maybe. That's gonna be game ref data skill. To get the level, we return data dot trading level. And a return -1 at the end. So we can get the level. All right. Now, function. And here we want to add experience. So right now I'm thinking about this because a match is nice and everything, but ultimately I guess that on the long run, this could be in an array instead. So the array would match the enum so that the value of the enum would match the index of the array. So here we want to choose the skill and the experience, which is going to be an integer. That will return error. Well, actually, here we will return failed. So again, there will be a match. Yeah, this match is already annoying me very much. Okay, I think I'm gonna do that differently. We do have an enum, that's very cool, but... Oh, I think I have an idea. So... let's go back to data. Hmm... No, you're gonna be... well, just stay here. So data skill. And here, we will create levels. So that's gonna be a dictionary. And here we'll have experience. Well, why separate those in two dictionaries while we could have one? I'm gonna have two at the moment. And I'll decide otherwise later on. So dictionaries, I believe they're like this. And we name this trading. And we level this to 1 by default. Okay. And here, same thing, trading. But we have, well, 0. Okay. Now we have this. Let's go back to our little guy here. This will not work. This will not work either. So maybe we could create a method that will be function get key, and we give a skill as an entry point, and that returns a string. So we match skill to some values. So skills dot rating. It's kind of weird that we don't have the autocomplete here. So trading, and we return trading. Otherwise we return error. So can you save this? Expected and expect. Yes. What? Oh, the game's running. Poor thing. Okay. 6 warnings, really? Yeah. Okay, okay. So anyway, we're gonna stick with that at the moment. So get level of skill. And we return. So we're gonna go with bar key. It's gonna be equal to get key of skill. If key is equal to error, we're gonna return -1. Otherwise, we're gonna return data dot levels, and here we're gonna have the key. Why is it too complicated to autocomplete this? It's just next to you. Dictionaries in there are so weird. It took me 30 minutes to make a simple background for my project. Cry cry. What do you use for design? I tried GIMP. GIMP? That's what I use as well. But I don't know if you've seen my games, but background isn't really my... It depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do pixel art, I'm not gonna say that I'm very bad at it, but I have no knowledge. I think I'm gonna use my friend for that. So I believe that's AI. No, I don't know, but yeah, I've heard of many AI tools to create game assets, but as far as I know, they aren't super good at it yet. Add experience. Here we're going to do the same thing. Var key string equal get key of skill. So if, or ask politely at least. If key is equal to error. Actually, we want to add experience, so yes. So here we want to return fail. Okay. So what do we do? The thing is that we want to add experience, so yeah. Data dot experience of key. I don't understand why there's no autocomplete here. Because you have key and find keys, you have methods. That's weird. So anyway, dot key and are you supposed to type those? Trading requirement is to get very cool. Experience is never used. Super cool. XP is a sim. Okay. Standalone expression. Okay. So it looks fine. So data that experience dot key is gonna be equal to, well, actually we want to add experience. And here we need to change this to experience, of course. So there's two ways to go with this one. We can go raising up or we can go raising down. As if, as in, that's a way to do that, really? Like, I think I'm going to do it this way, just for the sake of experimenting. So we need one. Okay. So we say this. So what we do is instead of adding experience, we remove experience. And then we make a check. We check that if data dot experience, why the an underscore? It's, we don't need underscores in data here. So data dot experience. If it is inferior or equal to 0, we want to level up, basically. Whoops. But we don't have any level up method. So we'll have to create that. Add experience, get level, and level up. So that's going to be hidden though. We want to level up a skill. Well, I could get the key right away. That's going to be void. I don't think we will have an error in there. So yeah. Level up. First we want to go in data. And levels of key is going to be plus equal 1. If data.experience dot key, okay. So we want to do that first. Okay. And what we want to do when we have level up like this, we want to update the requirements. So data.experience dot key, we will add the new requirement to this. And we're gonna add trading requirement. So that's 0. So that's 1. To get to level 2, we need 7. Well, actually, let's go with it. So yeah, we said to get to level 2, you need 7. So here you have the target. Target is 2. But actual index is 1. So we are level 1, and the requirement is 1. So yeah, trading requirement of data key level. Like this. So I will have to change experience. I will name this XP requirements instead. XP requirements. So now requirements. Let's go back in my data to change this. Cool. And it's gonna be 7. So that's kinda hard coded, I guess. That will be hard coded at the moment. Okay. And we actually want to make a check here. So if data.experience requirement is inferior or equal to 0, then we want to level up again. Why is that so bad? Oh, it needs a key. So I guess we can make some checks and tries in there. So we will add some prints. So when we level up, we're going to print that. We're going to print here, leveling up to, and here's going to be the value, data.levels with the key. Need this amount of experience to level up, with %s being data dot nope. Oh, okay. Data, orient there as data dot experiments requirements dot key. So that we can grab. Here we can return OK. And I'm gonna print that else. Print that. Okay, so if I start here, nothing happens. But if I add experience to skills.trading and I add 0, let's see what's happening. Game rave data skills doesn't exist. Oh, alright. So I need to add this to the game, or we can't see anything. So here we have the currencies, manage request, manager generator, manager market. And now we do have manager skill. Say hi. Okay, and we're gonna disable saving. Oh no, my save should save false. It should load false. The chat is as quiet as I'm concentrated. It's cool. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Need 7 XP to level up. Okay. So now we're gonna add more experience. We're gonna add 7. Let's run this. Leveling up to level 2 and we need 19. Okay. So now instead of 7, we're gonna have 27. So we are leveling up to 2 and we need 9 XP. Okay. And now we're gonna have 7 plus 19 plus, I don't know, 10. So we should reach level 3. Yes. And we need 27 experience to level up because we have 37 here. Wow. I'm actually quite satisfied by this. It's pretty cool. Successful stretch. So we can get rid of those debug thing. I can do more keys, to be fair. Skills dot. I don't know why there's no autocomplete here. Oh, is it because no? I don't know. Okay, so now we can just create. Uh, it does exist. It does exist. Stop messing with me. Planks. No. Plank craft. Am I hallucinating? Oh, what? It's because of the L. Hmm? Huh. And now do you know it? That's so weird. So anyway, I can create more. Well, it's very nice, but now that it's done, there's not much more to add in the actual video episode. That's kind of not what I wanted to do. Huh. But it's fine, it works. How do we get bonuses though? Well, in fact, this can work for all the skills. Because here, when we level up, we have the XP requirements instead. Okay, let's create signals. Signals before or after enums. Before or after. Godot style reference, is that it? Style guide. Let's scroll. It is before enums. So here we have signal leveled up and we need a skill. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird. I guess we will stick with that. Oh, the problem is that here it is the key we have. So we will have to change this. Yikes. So okay, var key string is gonna be equal to get key. Or we could do that differently. Var skills and key. Hehe. String. So here we will have skill key, and skill key. Alrighty. So when this happens, after those two lines, we emit the signal. So leveled up signal dot emit with skill. And there we go. There we go. Leveled up. So now we won't get bonus. We reached the second part, which is bonus effect. So you two can go together, and that's gonna be different ways to manage experience and level. But yeah, you are a group. So as for the bonus, it's kind of the same thing again. The first option is to have the effect with a get bonus. That's one way, which is the way we've used so far. The other way is to just use the level. So in the generator, we would increase with the level. Do we want to take care about bonus, or do we want to take care about gaining experience? Gaining experience first, maybe. Oh, you're running? So what we will do is in our generators, whenever the generator is completing a tick, generate silver here. Whenever we have this, we will actually add experience. So manager skill dot reference dot add experience, and here manager skill dot skills dot trading, and we want to add 2. We're gonna do that, or 3, I don't know. That's gonna be 3 at the moment. Now let's make a simple upgrade. I want in my village, yes, I want to save. Yeah, save. So in the village trading goods, we have the title somewhere. Oh, so it is fixed. So maybe we can create a new script in there. That will be label title. So extend label, perfect. Function update text. We will have on trading leveled up, and it does take, well, on skill. Okay, almost created mayhem here. So we have manager skills dot skills. We good? Are we good? We're good. So we want to grab manager skills dot red dot leveled up. We could do that, or we could create separate signals for each skill. That could be something as well. So level up dot connect. Oh, I'm getting jumpy already. On skill leveled up. So if not skill is equal to manager skill dot skills dot trading, we want to return. Otherwise, we want to update the text. Yeah, that's not good. If the skill is equal to trading, then update the text. So how do we do it? Text is going to be equal to trading common goods. And here we put the level. That's simple. So do we have get level? Manager skill dot ref dot get level? Yes. This seems correct. Okay. Maybe we can try this. Okay, we're leveling up. So that's perfect. However, we have a little problem, which is getting out of bounds in the in the level requirement. Oh, I got rid of some pointers, but not all. So we want to check what is the max level. So we said when we level up that it is the current level. So if level is equal to get the size, let's think. The size here is going to return level plus 1. Because that's level 1. We need that. Level 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can reach level 25 once we have this. Okay, so if the level is equal to the size, basically, here. So that's the key error. Okay. So if get level of the skill is superior or equal to XP requirements dot size, we run it to fail. But it's a good fail. It's a good fail. OBS. But this way we don't break out of bounds. We should not. But we could with this guy, though. So we need to make sure that this, if get level, if get level the skill is superior, so then we want to return. Let's actually make a simple test. We're gonna add experience to trading. We're gonna add 10,000. That's a lot, but that's okay. So what about 21? 15,000, 24, 18. Should be 24. Oh no. Okay. So this should go here as well. That's kind of weird. I want to check again. If get level. We check again because the level up could go too high. Oh, that's kind of weird. Actually, we maybe don't need this one. Because we get in, we level up 25, and then, oh, we can't anymore, so we get out. Yeah, maybe we don't need this guy. But that could be a double check. Just to be sure. You're not supposed to level up every seconds anyway. Yeah, so here we should be stuck to 25. And even though we go with 25k. Okay. And now we gain experience, and it's alright. So, we actually need to create a bonus here. So we could, I think I will stay in line with what I did with the upgrades. Which means I will create a get bonus method. Which it takes a skill, and that will return a float. Actually, that's so simple. I don't need that. Or do I? I do. So we get the key. Get the key from skill. And then we just return. Actually, we don't need that. We just need get level. We just need to return get level of skill that we divide by 100. I we want a percentage, so we get 1% by skill level. Or we could let's have it 2.5. We multiply by 2.5 and return divide by 100. So we do that. And then in the generator, we calculate the generated silver per tick. So generated silver is plus equal upgrade 1 dot get bonus, and generated silver per tick plus equal manager skill dot ref dot get bonus of manager skill dot skills dot trading. But we don't want plus equal. No. We want multiplied. Wait a second. 2.5. So multiply by this, but plus 1. So it's going to be 1 plus this entire thing. It should be good. So can we get this to work? So it's level 1. Well, yeah, it's complicated to see how this is actually increasing the amount of silver we generate. We would need to check how much it generates and see if we have real increase. Oh, and we need to round this as an integer at the end. Oh, that's kind of weird. But it seems fine. I don't know, because we do have an integer and we'll multiply it by a float. So does that really work? I guess I should save and I should observe the numbers. Well, I didn't need to stop. But anyway. So generate a silver. When we generate silver, we print. So here we're gonna have plus, oops, plus silver. So by default we have 10 to 25. So we should have better plus 20. That could be long. Oh, 26. That's cool. Very cool. So we kinda have the full package here. I don't think we're gonna have a 27 this soon. Well, what level are we? 5, yes. That the leveling up goes kind of slow. And we don't have levels here anyway. Okay, Darian is asking, can I move the folders somehow? The folders with the scene scripts, etc. that you have on the left. You mean in the editor or just move the actual location? In the editor, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can. Right now I can. And now I don't know how to bring it back. So you will have to fix that problem for me. Because you kind of broke my Godot right now. Okay, fixed. It's alright. Yeah, if you want to move those in the editor, you can. If that was the question. Because the question could also be about moving one folder to a different place. Okay, so I'm gonna take a break for my brain. And okay, what? It sounds like you're not satisfied. Yeah, I'm confused now. I'm not seeing what you need. This is what my folder look like. User interface, images, upgrades, font. Yes. And it is that bad. We're gonna fight with chickens. Maybe I need to equip something first. Because I want them to be more orderly, like user interface upgrades. What? That's what my folder looked like. User interface? Oh! So you don't like the... So there's a trick for that, and that is using numbers. It's not as sexy because, I mean, some people like... I mean, no, put it differently. Some people, they can handle it. Some people, they're just heavily triggered by this. What you can do is just add 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, and at the front of each folder. And this way you can choose which one is popping where, basically. You can choose the order. Okay, so I did a little bit of research regarding the game design of this. And they have the adventure mode, which in my opinion is way better than the base mode. So by default, we don't have access to anything. We need to purchase, like, for example, this. No, I wish. No, that's Melvor. That's a game. That's a game you can find on any web browser or Steam. There's a free version, but I bought it to have the paid features. And yeah, basically here what we're doing is that the only thing we have access to is combat. So what I will do is train those combat skills on those poor chickens, as well as gathering those loots. Loots which I will be able to sell for those 10Ks I need. And I think I will start with mining, because mining will allow us to get equipment. So yeah, honestly, I started the game right now, but there's not much to do about it because we just have to wait for chickens. So that will stay. Can I actually get it on the side without it being too obnoxious? Like if I get the chickens here, how thin can I get it? I can get it as thin as I want. That's cool. So I'm gonna keep that on the side. And yeah, you can go there. Oh, we have this game. That's the game I made. Not really. That's the tutorial game. So let's actually do that quest so we can progress. What happens if I do that? The game doesn't break. That's cool. So that's what is very interesting with containers. Here the game doesn't break. As long as you stay in some decent sizes, I would say it's alright. So now we can work two skills at once. So yeah. Okay, a little bit of talking about, let's see. There will be that's what we're talking about. So yeah, there was this thing where we have reached finally the partner YouTube partner thing. So we have the membership, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, so what is the consequences of this? The consequences of this is that I will have to provide a little bit more of accountability, if that's a word. I think it does. So yeah, the content will there will be a change in the main editorial guideline, if that makes sense. Again, I have words in French, but so put differently, in order to have better video quality, there will be some work to be done regarding how to decide what's going to be a video and what's going not to be a video. So for example, right now we do have this idle reboot series, which is going on. And I kind of don't see that going toward a full game. And that's kind of a problem, sort of. Because here, what I'm doing on this series is showing the main broad ID for the skills. So, and the skills, the features. So for example, we're talking about, well, skill proficiency here. The result being that I'm not actually doing the full-blown process of this feature. Instead, I'm showing the big lines, how you do it, how you can improve it. Like, for example, look at the upgrades. I showed how to make upgrades, but I didn't do upgrades for the lumbering camp. We have none for the sawmill. Right now, we don't even have skills for the lumbering camp and sawmill. So, while it had a game design direction at the very beginning, it's kind of hard to keep both at the same time, which is creating a game and making it a tutorial at the same time. That doesn't work. So I had to choose, do you want it to be a tutorial? Do you want it to be a game? Starter series is kind of going in that direction of I take decisions to go toward making the game before making the tutorial in terms of timings. Meanwhile, on either reboots, the videos and the time frame of the series goes more toward presenting features as fast as possible. So anyway, this will stay in there, so I will keep adding features to that series, but the game in and of itself will pretty much never really look like a functioning game, because the point of the series is to show how to implement features and the coding of features more specifically. So what I want to do and to bring to the channel is actually making a game that is what I would call a functioning game, in a sense of that it has a clear line, a clear direction, and that it will be developed for the sake of being finished and not for the sake of teaching things. So that game will go in the process, the process of making that game will go in the live streams. Meanwhile, the main videos, which will talk about this, will use what happened in the past with that project as a base to bring in important or useful information, useful teaching. Or we will have, I want to say, idle reboot videos and stuff, but yeah, the point here is that I didn't think about this initially. Initially, I just wanted to create content for programming beginners and godot beginners who don't really know how to create nodes, instantiate nodes, have entities communicating. But with time, I realized that one of the biggest godot problems we have to address is the tutorial hell. And that's what I want to deal with. So if I've been thinking about this concept of tutorial hell, and what I noticed is that different people have different explanations and definitions of what it is. Different people have different solutions. So as I'm really loving experiencing psychology, ethics, and all that kind of side, I want to say skills that are not directly related to making games, but more general. What it is in common that I've seen in all those talkings about tutorial hell is that they still address only one problem, which is never mentioned. Actually, it's like an underlying problem. And the thing is that people talk about it as tutorial hell, but it's not about tutorial at all. Tutorial hell is actually, I can't make a real game, or I can't make a functioning game. That's what it is. That's what people mean without saying it. That's what they say without saying it. So, in a way, in a sense, if you want to get out of the tutorial her, you have to go toward the actions and the steps that you have to take to go toward making a functioning game. And actually, I found a game, so I will try to find this, because very recently I was looking for cultivation games. Cultivation is a huge domain or culture bubble, if I can put it that way. It's a huge cultural bubble, yeah, mostly in Chinese or Korean culture. About, yeah, I would say Chinese medieval fantasy, sort of. So I was looking for games like this, and I found one. Um, what's the name of it? So since it is on my phone, I need to find a video of it. So it was Immortal Cultivation. So videos. I need to find the right game. Because it's a very cheap one, so very hard to find. Or maybe, well, nope. Kind of looking for it, it's kind of sad. Takes time. Or maybe do I have... Yes, alright. We'll look at this. So that's the game. I want to talk about this. Let's just bring the chicken back. And that will go on the left. So, oh, you have talked about this. Let's see what you said before we start here. I approached this matter. I start creating projects with 10% experience, basic stuff, and along the way, what I want to add, I document and see. So now I've been learning how much I can do with rich text because I need it. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a way to do it, because some people they work with that. Some people they can go by actually saying, okay, I will be working on a game and I will go toward the end no matter what. And then they will encounter some roadblocks. Like, for example, I need to know how to use rich text. And they will actually have this kind of intuitive knowing how to learn a new thing for their game without getting lost. And I would say that a not a requirement, but a way of learning that these people have is they do not need to understand in depth what they are learning. As long as they get what they need, the brain will flush all unnecessary things. But some other people, when they learn something, they can't just brush the surface. They have to go deep inside. And then, if you have this thing where you think, I need that for my game, and you start learning it, but you just can't have this small surface. You have to go deeper. And then that goes down to her. And holding both things at the same time, it's like your brain is going into different directions. On one hand, you're trying to go do things for the game, but on one hand, on the other hand, I'm lost here, but you get the point. On the other hand, you want to pause everything, drop the game, and say, all right, I'm going to think about rich text and rich text only. So yeah, when you have this kind of way of processing new knowledge, you just can't say, I'm going with one game and I will complete it to the end. And if I have a roadblock, I add this. If you can, then that's probably the way. But anyway, that was for the thing you said. Here, the reason why I want to talk about this game is because of how simple it is. I kind of want to show you, sort of, if we can see the interface of some of other games in the same thing. Well, maybe actually we just have to um, find other games in there. Like, can I make another research? Like, if I look for cultivation, and I pick, for example, this one, I want the main interface. Okay, can I get the main interface? No. So let's try another one. Definitely not. It's actually kind of funny that I don't find this, but okay, I guess you will have to visualize. The thing is that the other cultivation games that I've found, they're all the same. They are very fancy looking. The graphics are very cool. But the interface is a huge mess in a sense that you are floated second one in a bunch of things, and you're like backseated where you have the game trying to say, click there to open this menu, do that to do that, do that to do that. So right when you get in, you're overwhelmed with information. And even though you are overwhelmed with information, you still can't make choices because you have those guides. But here, when you start this game here, that's all you have. You have this screen, which is very simple. You have a few buttons, and that's it. There's no pop-up, there's nothing. And very quickly, as you play with the buttons, you quickly see that there are some buttons that you can't really work with. So the very first one you can click, so let's say you go in this character sheet here, you have this page. All right, you have a little bit of information regarding your character, but that's all. So the only thing you can do is close it. The second thing right there, it's the missions. So you see that you can go in some quests, all right? And at the beginning, you have only access to one. So you see you can do that. Okay. Second menu, that's the shop. So here you can see that you can buy items. You don't have much money, so you get out. Third action, you just have an inventory. Where's the inventory? Inventory is not here. But anyway, it's just a basic inventory. It's all the same. And here, the last one is alchemy, which is that thing. And you start, you see that you don't have much ingredient, and you're done. And that's pretty much all the game is. They don't show us, but you choose what you want to do. You have a choice between 3 actions. Action number 1 is passively getting experience in this bar here. Option 2 is getting experience in this bar here. And option 3 is going on a quest. You choose between one of those 3 things, and that's all. That's all there is in this game. And the only thing you have to do is increasing the combat value, increasing the internal skill value, and going on quests to find crystals and buy stuffs. That's it, that's the game. But on the same time, it's so simple that it works. Because you have to figure out why you want to upgrade this or this, because very quickly you realize that to go on quests, you need to upgrade the physical strength. So you have to cultivate this red bar. And then as you go on quests, you find items. So you find scrolls and things to alchemize. So the game is very small, but yet it is a game, and there's almost nothing in it, but it is a game. So that is when I played this, I had this kind of, I want to say, revelation sort of, that this is how you get out of tutorial hell. You make this. You make a game that is brutally simple, because the number one killer that keeps you in tutorial hell is overscoping. And I'm talking guilty as charged, but overscoping is what kills every beginner game dev, pretty much. So this is what I want to do for the next big project of the channel. The big project of the channel will be making a game brutally simple, but a game. The secondary uh, focus, that will be adding episodes to idle reboot if I feel like it is necessary, because I want to approach the getting out of tutorial hell in a different way as well. Because overscoping and not being able to make a game, that's just one way of being in that tutorial hell. Some people, they are in that tutorial hell because they actually don't have the skills and the knowledge to make the game. There are a few things they are lacking. So the next thing I want to do is not a series, but more a kind of looking back at all the basic skills you need to make a game. What are the main things that you need to make the simplest game? What is it you need to make that? Pretty much. And I want to see that in the form of a roadmap, I guess. That's, I think, is going to be a good way to work with that. So that you can download the roadmap and you see each point, and then you position yourself on that point, right? So to make this very simple, but instantiate nodes. Do I know how to instantiate nodes? Yes, no. Am I able to do that if I have a simple guideline? Yes, no. The first skill for game dev, stay in front of the screen 10 hours out of 24. Yeah, and that's when you sleep 14 hours. But yeah. That's complicated for some people. That's why, I mean, that may sound um simple, but a long time ago, when I was getting back at making programs and stuff, at some point I wanted a whiteboard. I wanted a whiteboard because I needed that moment where I would say, instead of creating my visuals on obsidians like this, I could be able to get out of it and write it on a whiteboard. Faster, more flexibility, and yeah, pretty much all that kind of thing. And also getting out of the screen. And in the same spirit, recently, I really had this, I want to say, visceral need to buy a notepad, to be able to actually do all that obsidian work, but on paper, just so that you get out of the screen. Because the screen is cool, but yeah, at some point it is a it's like, yeah, that friend that never leaves you. And I actually just want to check, do I want to change the, whoa, there's actually a lot of loot. I didn't grab the loot, so I lost many money here. Where are my skills? Min game, show me my skills. So I don't know. Okay, they are right behind. So yes, I also want a whiteboard. At the moment, I'm writing things on the sheet. Yeah, definitely. The whiteboard is fun, but it's not as comfortable to write on a whiteboard than it is on paper. So what it's good for, I think, it's very good when you have to make those simple blah blah blah, those simple boards. This using a whiteboard to do things like this, it's pretty nice. It's also not that bad to make those canvases when they're not too big, but otherwise the paper is, I like it, but then that's preference. But yeah, when you don't have that whiteboard, it feels annoying to use paper all the time. I can confirm. So I kind of got this out of my brain enough, I would say. So yeah, do we actually want to make planks? Let's see. I actually have the planning I wanted for the skills, right? That's the main system I have right now. So this I don't need anymore. Is that godot? Yes, that's godot. That chicken can get smaller. All I need is this little thing here. So anyway, that's yeah, that's a good system. I really like it at the moment, this manager skill. So write the I could write the guidelines of how to recreate this, I guess. Or I could think about what I want to work on next, because that's pretty much all I need to create the video episode about skills. So the question is, I guess, do I want to add more content to this game? Because the more time I spend on this game is less time I have for the next project. And on the same time, it might sound weird, but me going away this weekend, that will be a huge break, and I kind of want to wrap everything on Reboot before that. And when I will be away, I will pretty much get it out of my system, and I don't know. I don't know what will happen with it. Because what I will do for sure is I will add all the streams in the playlist, sort of, so that if people want to see everything that happened in the streams, they can, definitely. But yeah, I think I will use the huge travel time that I will have. Because, for example, Saturday morning, I have like 4 hours of train. So yeah, I will have a lot of time to write on paper what I want to do with my next projects. Let's just go live with the phone, which got paused. So yeah, I don't know what we could be doing. Like, is there anything you need to do to learn with the rich text label? Because I do know slight things about them. So if you have questions about the rich text label, we can talk about that right now. Otherwise, we are Thursday, right? So Otherwise, I guess I would be working on the video. Well, yeah, that's a well. Yeah, I wanted to ask you how to make it bigger, but I found it. Custom minimum size or using a container and expanding values. That's my go-to answers very quickly. So let's see. Can I sell everything? And do I have... Yes. We can buy the first skill. And I think that will be mining. And I have to choose very wisely because if I don't, I'm pretty much effed up. So I believe mining's cool. Okay, let's go mining copper. I don't know much about this game, so I have to improvise. But right now, the good thing is we don't have to care about dying. If that makes sense. So anyway, now I'm trying to put an image in it. I don't know how in theory. No, sorry. I know how in theory. Let's see if I succeed. An image. So you mean a background image to your rich text label? A background image here. So based on containers and stuff, it can be complicated. Next to the text, I'm trying to put an image in it. Now Siri, let's see if I succeed. Next to the text is very... Oh, you mean like no, that would be weird, but I mean I think that wouldn't be the problem, but do you mean like a label like this where you have the image sticked with the text? Like the resource labels here? Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. Do they even do that? So where are the BB code? Because yeah, image inside the text, that's a lot. URL, yes, image. Yeah, so yeah, you definitely can, of course. Huh. If B-align configuration is provided, the image will try to align to the surrounding text. See image vertical align. Support configuration options. So I've never used that, so as you may see. Yeah, it's kind of complex, but it can work if you have proper sizing for your image. Definitely. Okay, so let's actually create a list of things to do. So the very first thing you want to do when you have a skill proficiency thing, you want to, okay, so you want to start by creating, you want to create a skill manager singleton. That seems like basic. And in there you want to create a integrated table for experience requirements. But also before before you actually go in coding and stuff, you want to choose what you will be doing. So choose the experience / level system out of 2. Can I put a link in there? No, that would be weird. Choose the experience level system and choose the bonus effect system. All right, so then you create the skill manager and the singleton, and you create a table for experience. You want to create a data resource data object to store levels and experience progression. So levels and yes, levels and experience. So create 2 dictionaries for level and experience. Good. Can separate this in 2. So create a level dictionary. Then create a level, a experience. Then we want to create an enum. Create an enum to list all skills. Maybe we want to do that before create tables, and here you want to create an enum to list the skills, and at the same time you want to create a get key request which transforms enum into dictionary key. If you use GIMP, you know how to remove the background from an object? Yes. Sort of. I want only the object to remain without the white square. Okay, I will show you how I do it. Know that this is a very messy way, I guess, but that works. That works. So you go on the side. Okay, so let's create a new image. So you do have the annoying background. Let's bring in a, well, that's white. Well, not that's okay. So we have this tiny little octopus here that we want to bring in. So that octopus, right off the bat, it is in a new layer. So all you have to do is delete the layer behind it. So there, it's gone. That's when you have new layers, but usually what you do is create a new layer with transparency and delete the background, and there you go. If you already have things on your background, which may be the case, like let's say you have the little octopus guy, you have it in there, but it's on the same layer. So let's say that you merge it down. Let's say that's what you have. Then what I do is, well, because right now I don't think you can select the white and decide to delete it. Well, you actually can. You can use the del key. That works. But if you have a problem because for some reason the background doesn't want to get transparent, which can happen sometime, what you do is you select everything and you copy paste it basically into a new layer. Then you get rid of the background. And that new layer that you created, you should be able there to get that select color white and delete. And there you will have the transparency. So yeah, when you have problems because the layer you have is fixed and you, it has no alpha basically, then what you want to do is copy paste it to a new layer. Okay. So tell me if that works. Create a get key request which transform enum into dictionary key. Yep. Create a level dictionary, experience dictionary. Practically the object and the background are in the same picture. Yeah. Like I did on the well, send me the picture on Discord. Gotta work on purpose third camera. Yeah. I've tried 3D a little bit. Was harsh for me. Okay. So can I save this? Yes. Okay. So open. Um is that in Marco then? Downloads potato. Um yeah. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna select this and we will in fact it's slightly different, right? Because you gave me a screenshot and the fact that it is a screenshot, it may work differently than the actual image you have, because the actual image you have may have a different way of working with colors, etc, etc. So here image, you want to crop to content, no, crop to selection, sorry. And once you have this, well, I would go with selecting by color white, like this, and delete. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to what I would do. But it's you have those white thing on the side, so not all images are. I'll try with the next one. Set image potato 2. Because here I just hit the del key. So file, oh whoopsie, no. Open potato 2. Alright, so that's a JPEG, so maybe that's where, can I delete it? Yeah, so right there I can't delete. So what I will do is I will select everything, I will copy it, and then I will paste it. Here I have a new layer, a floating layer, and what I will do is right click it to send it to a new layer. Okay. So now I will just remove the background, delete the second layer under it. Then I use my select by color with a little bit more, I don't know, not that much. And then I hit deletion now. And by creating that new layer, basically I created a new layer which does not have the same restrictions as the first one. And the first one, since it was a JPG, because of that, it doesn't handle transparency. So that you can export. And when you export it, you want to make sure that you export it as a PNG. And that when you do so, you save gamma. If you don't save gamma, you won't have the opacity fix. I usually check everything because why not? And that's it. Then you've got this rotato. So that's PNG. That goes in this code and it doesn't have the white background. You don't have the option I'm using. Which option? When did I lose you? So let's see why you are typing. Well, what is the latency actually? To select by color. Okay, select by color, you have to right click on the fuzzy select and you can choose which one you want. I gotta say that when they changed this on GIMP, I was very much confused. Because I used to it used to be all separated. You had all the tools, but I don't know why they did this. It's very, very unclear. And the only reason why I found it in the first place when they changed is because I knew that this tool existed. So because I knew it existed and I was sure it existed, I really pushed it. So yeah, I actually don't need those changes. So where are we? We have the data object and we have the skill manager with the enum and the get key. Okay, so create basic requests for skills. And those basic requests are going to be get level. Do I want to precise skill dot skills and get, do I want to get experience? Well, get requirements. We can check the get requirement, yes. But that's get experience, I believe, so it's going to be get experience. Those are the basic requests. No, add experience. Actually, I don't have get experience, do I? Get level. No, we don't. That's what I thought. So that's add experience. So we add a skill and a experience here. Then once we have this, create basic request. Well, actually, get level is the only basic request here. Because create add experience, which requires level up. So skills, and key string. So let's see what we have in Godot. Godot, we have level up, get key, add experience, get level. We have a ready, which is empty. And yeah, get bonus at the end. That's the very last thing we need to do. Create a get bonus request. All right. So yeah, let's get some copper. Oh yeah, it's true that those levels, they are limited by my combat level, which is, how do I know? Is it like a, oh, combat level 10. Well, I guess it's time to get rid of some chickens. What do I want to do? I want to increase defense. Okay, so I do have a basic layout for what I want to do in this episode. And what's pretty cool is that if people want to get the full process, they will have the full process. So yeah, sort of. Do I want to do more things? I don't think I need to do more things. Yeah. So if you do have, well, anyway, I will be on the Discord if you have questions, but if you do have more things you want to deal with right now, we can do that. Otherwise, I guess I will be going. It's been a chill afternoon. That's great. And yeah, actually, it will come so fast. The weekend and having to work on a new project. So yeah, now you don't. Later when I start coding more, yes, and I will have problem. So I will be on Discord anyway. So yeah, I think that's it for this stream. I don't have anything more to show you in a general view. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. That was cool having some company. And I will see you later in a video, stream, something like this. So anyway.